Hey everybody, it's Hitomi, she, her. It's Parasite Eve 2. So sad day. Sad day, sad statement. I think we are gonna make this maybe our last session with this game. That's my plan. So I'm looking at the walkthrough. There's a boss a bit ahead. There's a boss not too far ahead. So I think we go through that boss and see where we're at, but I think that will probably be it. A few things. One, I think we have learned that trying to LP a game while playing alongside a walkthrough is not easy in this format. It's not easy, it's not fun. I think we've been back and forth on that a few times mentally, but I don't think we want to do it anymore. I think it's better if we think we need a walkthrough for a game to just play it on our own time. Oh. Again, through that door with their lightsaber. Wait, that is a sword. I was just making jokes. That's an actual sword. Oh boy. Oh no. What was that thing? But yeah, I don't think we like this game. Quite frankly, regardless of using the walkthrough, I don't think we're a big fan of this game. Okay, it's recommending we, put on this thing? Yes. And load it with some Hydra, and put some Hydra in our inventory too. This game does a lot of things different from the first game, such that it no longer really feels like Parasite Eve the first. Like, we keep calling it, like, obvious Resident Evil ripoff. Not ripoff, but obvious Resident Evil copy. I think that's very true. Like, this game feels much more like a response to Resident Evil's success than the first game did. I think the game Resident Evil was out before the first game, but you know. You go, oh, our game was okay. Okay. I was just looking at the walkthrough. See, that's the thing. It takes time to look at the walkthrough and kind of figure out what we're doing a lot. I don't think it's great for LPing. I don't think it is. Pyro you. You should be dead from that. Okay. Just a few bullets. I'm gonna need to use health. The first game was a very satisfying action RPG. And this game is more like somebody awkwardly tried to shove an RPG on top of a survival horror game. It's unfortunate, because the first game did that well, and a lot better. Is there another thing? I don't think there is. And I also feel like a lot of Parasite Eve the first style got lost. Oh no. Okay. Apparently these are weak to fire. Hello, you freak of nature. And it's just not satisfying how this game works, unfortunately, compared to the first. I don't want to call this necessarily a bad game, but I do think it's kind of a weak. It's a weak sequel to Parasite Eve the First, and it's just not it's not what we wanted out of a sequel, which is always a bad spot to be in with the sequel. I really do not like the camera in this game, not one bit. Like, the fixed camera tank controls do not work for this kind of RPG action. compared to how the first game worked. It's just a baffling choice, TBQH. I don't know. It's an unsatisfying game. Okay, I killed all the swimming things. The door marked with B on the map. Oh, there is a second one of these weird corridors. Okay. And I think, like, you don't really level up anymore. You have a skill system. It feels so in between wanting to just be a survival horror game and wanting to be, like, still Parasite Eve. And I think they would have done well to have been either one or the other. Instead of trying to ride the line again. I don't know. And, right, the atmosphere. Like, the first game's urban atmosphere was real unique, real different. Like, you really feel like you're in a city under siege from, like, an apocalypse kind of thing. And then this game kind of just takes a more standard survival horror feel where you go to a place and it's kind of empty and it's a ghost town and then there's a lab underneath. It's like, okay. I think it lost something. I do think it lost something. I get why the author was like, no more of these. Because this does not feel as good. I'm just gonna play for now. I'm not gonna ramble anymore. I think I've kind of done a lot of the rambling as to why we aren't enjoying this. Mitochondria? Like, this is now a game about scientists making things out of control. Whereas the first game was like, wouldn't it be fucked up if things just started happening outside of our control? And that's just another way in which I feel like it tried to copy Resident Evil and kind of lost its own self in the process. I don't know. I'm also kind of tired. There is not a ton of enemy variety. We just got a new enemy. I guess that's something. Oops. This goes on, huh? I am sorrowful in spite of myself. He still revolts me. I am nauseated. I will leave early. This keeps going, doesn't it? He wants to be near the heater. He disturbs the chimps. Sleeps Pete. And then I got killed in the middle of writing it. To invoke Inferno. It says save BP to invoke Inferno. Why am I... Hello? My controller? Okay. Oh, this is still going? Oh, I thought it was done because there was no dialogue box. I didn't realize it was still going. That's why I can't move. I was just like, what is happening? Are you done now? Oh, I see. I see, there was still a triangle in the corner. Yeah, it recommends getting Inferno. Inferno is not a thing we have. Maybe that's a different thing. Okay. So that's another 9mm. Like, it keeps giving you, like, infinite 9mm, but you're likely to not be using 9... I don't like how many different guns. Like, the first game just had one gun type, and then you can kind of fuck around with it, you know? And then there was the rocket launcher, which was special, and we never ended up using. I think that felt a lot better than this one feels, because you didn't have to manage as much. I think that's a major thing, is now you have all this different ammo you have to manage. Here, have some fire. I don't know, it's an abandonment of the first game in it. There's something to be said about, Squeenix's tendency in general to try and get further away from RPG, especially the more the company has gone on. Like, they try their hardest to make RPGs for people who do not like RPGs. And that's not a great way to make a game, honestly. It's not great. Oh no. That was rude. Well, bye. Oh. And again, if you wanted to make Resident Evil, I think you could have just made Resident Evil. Okay, so now we're just leaving. After that scene, we could just leave. Like, what if they just made Resident Evil, then made halfway between Resident Evil and Parasite Eve 2, you know? I don't know, there's something to be said for RPG devs in general doing that. Like, look also at BioWare. BioWare, I think, at least has the excuse that EA was probably pushing them, but that's probably what happens to Squeenix a lot, too, is like someone's like, oh, I want to make just a game. I lost BP? I lost BP? How, you can lose BP if you leave before all the enemies are dead? That's crazy. Shut the fuck up. Don't... What? That's dumb. Like, okay, so we've made this survival horror game, except you do have to kill all the enemies or you are punished for it. I think you're kind of going against one of the principles of survival horror, Squeenix. Aren't you? You're just kind of making a game, just... I don't know. Whatever. I'm gonna be thrilled to not be... We've just not been enjoying playing it at some point. Like, the first couple days we were like, oh right, this game's fun, and then at some point we're like, oh, we have seen what this game has to offer. And these things happen. You know, sometimes you play a game and the first hour is like, great, and then you play more and you're like, oh wait, I thought you were gonna build from here. You're not building. You're just reiterating. That's how I kind of feel, like we've just reiterated at some point. I guess the first game you kind of built by merit of getting more things. Getting more powers. It's just game kind of... You can't do as much. Or you can, but you know. It's a very different way. And there's a lot of backtracking. There's a lot of backtracking in this little game. Okay, we are going up back to the sterilization room. I don't know how much that's just the guide, but you feel a lot of backtracking. It's too similar to be a coincidence. Okay. It has us prepping ourselves for our next boss fight. Okay. I need to set myself up then. Okay, so I need... It says explosive grenades and air burst. I don't know where I put the air burst grenades. I'm gonna be real. I don't know where those went. I gotta take the GPS off. Like, I hate that these item boxes aren't shared. Awful decision. Awful, awful, awful decision. Oh my gosh. If someone came up to me like, hey, can we just not make... What if we don't make our item boxes shared? I would immediately be like, well, that would be really not fun for the player, wouldn't it? Terrible, terrible decision. Because we, like, never know where our stuff is at this point. I use that. I'm gonna just top myself off if we're going into a boss fight. Just gotta put a save state here. Okay, I'm reading about the next boss. It calls this next boss Sucks a Lot ANMC boss. Okay, so we grenade it, and then when we run out of grenades, we're gonna switch to our other gun. Classic. Like, that's kind of a... it's so much... I don't know. I'm gonna be glad we're gonna fight this boss, and then I'm gonna be like, okay, enough Parasite Eve. Oh, I wanted to see where my gun went. Okay, it's in our list. That is where it should be. Like, I feel like we could have, almost done the first game without a walkthrough. I don't think this game would have worked as well. Like, it would have been worse. Got to get out of here. Okay. Here goes nothing. Just gonna go right down the laundry chute. Ouch! Just ouch. Okay, I'm putting down another save state. Like, I also hate the attachment system. I'm sorry, I hate that it's like, oh, you have to attach things in order to use them in combat. That's... Like, I get that in something like Dragon Quest. I don't get that in something like a survival horror game. That's sucky. Oh, hello. Oh, you look like the other guy, except you don't have a tube in your mouth. Okay, so it says do energy shot and then start shooting. I assume I want him when his... Oh, crap. Is that an instant death? Everybody, this boss could just instantly kill you. Cool boss. Cool boss, Squeenix. Okay, I can skip the cutscene at least. I hate, too, that... I know we mentioned this in, like, the first heckin' episode, even, but... I just screwed up. I was pressing the wrong button. I mentioned this in, like, the first heckin' episode, but the fact that there isn't a quick turn is so dumb. In a dang tank control game? Like, what the heck? This game should have quick turn. And there's really not an okay, so your mouth has to be open. Oh, it's a classic vacuum boss. Of course, your mouth must be open or nothing will get shot inside. Like, tank control... There's a reason Resi has tank control, or... reason Resi has quick turn, which is that without it, the game is just not fair in a lot of ways because you have to spend time turning. I don't even know if Classic Resi has quick turn, actually. I assume it does. Regardless, it sucks. Like, maybe Classic Resi doesn't have quick turn, but it still sucks that this game doesn't. It's still an issue. Fire a grenade, run away. This boss does suck a lot, you're right, guide. In the sense that this just sucks to fight. It's a bad boss. I don't know, it's like, we're not having fun with the bosses either. Each boss in the first game was like a treat, and in this game it's just like, oh, here's a new boss. Maybe we're just too looking for things to complain about at this point, I'll be honest. That can happen, you know. Give me another energy shot. Oh, hello. Coming closer now, huh? Come a little closer, yeah. But all of this is just our take on the game, obviously. I could see people, like, liking this game, but I don't know. What the heck have you done to me, you son of a bitch? Please stop. Okay. I should probably take a recovery. When's the part where you open your mouth so I can shoot at you again? Come on, do it. Do it, man. Oh my gosh. He's not opening his mouth anymore. Am I still supposed to just shoot at him? There's something else I'm supposed to do at this point? Okay, the guy doesn't say anything. I took a quick look and I don't see anything. But he's not doing his attacks anymore. He's not letting me hit him. He's just doing this thing over and over. What's up with that, bruh? You wanna let me shoot you? I guess not. Well, I guess that's fair. I can't win the fight if you just don't let me shoot you, huh? I can't, like, use this or something. No, of course not. I just wanted to try something because nothing's happening. He's just spitting out his poison now. Like, if I shoot him... Yep, that's nothing. So, I'm not living in that reality. I feel like it's just like, you're so dependent on your grenade pistol, too. I guess that is very, survival horror, but... Can you please, for the love of God, do something else? Let me shoot you. Let me shoot you. Oh, I can shoot other places? Wait, do I need to... Maybe I need to shoot up there? Okay, I need to shoot his legs, I think. But Rockthrow said nothing about this. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's these things. So it says I should use the Hydra on these. No, other guy, there we go. Okay. So you just have to shoot the legs if he starts doing that. Got it. This is bad position. I am gonna get eated. I'm kind of done. I'm just kind of done with this game. We weren't in a great mood today anyways, and then I get this and it's like, ugh. I think I kind of explained our feelings on this game, though. I don't think it's a bad game, but after the first Parasite Eve, this is a disappointment to us, far and away, yeah. Like, it's trying too hard to be two different games at this point. It doesn't feel like the smart melding of the genres in the first game. We're gonna give this a 3 for adaptation and like a 3 for fun. I know it's like, wow, you just complained and complained. Why a 3 for fun? I don't think it's unfun. We had fun for a bit. We did not have fun for the entire length of the game, and we don't... If this had been like the last area, we would have been like, oh, we'll just power through this. But it's not. There is a lot of game left. We can see it. We can see it in the guide. And seeing that was what was really just like, oh, we don't want to play no more of this. Stop this. Yeah, I think we're done. Parasite Eve 2, it's not the first game. It's not as good. It's a shame. I don't know. It's just a shame. Next time. Life is a highway. And we're gonna ride it. all night long. See y'all. Bye.